correlates with a period of famine that the natives, indigenous were having that made them have to migrate, research to Anasazi migration. So you went from this huge, what they call, damn near an inland sea, almost a quarter the size of Utah, and then it went smaller. And smaller. And smaller, right? And then they started connecting with the glaciation situation. And how does all this connect with this glaciation in America that we got before? Where they're walking around the Temple of Harmonics, this holy mountain in the Holy Land, right? But this time they're setting up their Muhammad, their Mecca, their Morocco, and that might be why we are seeing these type of Moorish type of structures all over the place, right? Because they were already here. And it was already a more and more war. This goes back to the biblical war, Moab versus Utah. Isn't there a Moab, Utah? Isn't there a Moab, Utah? You're saying they went through all this intricacies and architecture just to burn it down 6, 7, 8 times? Just to destroy it? And look at these high energy Tesla coils and all this stuff on top for the free energy out the ether, man. They got these ether antennas, don't they? Just as architecture, boss. I'm just saying all this correlates. All this correlates to these glaciation lines and how this thing, started to disappear. And their holy mountain of harmonics. And if we look at the dates, and we can correlate that. And again, the glaciation line, so when you see these dots, it's the limit of glaciation. Now, there's glaciers in America, you say? Yeah, apparently. But they're saying the same thing with the Lake Bonneville drop. And this is when Ishmael, this is when Ishmael's deciding to migrate, right? And when did Joseph Smith and the Mormons settle right there in Utah? 1800s, right? So you say Joseph Smith is migrating at the same time as Ishmael. What does the Mormon have to do with the Mormon? What does the Mormon have to do with the Mormon? Whose story is it anyway? If they already are setting up their Morocco and their Mecca. And the Moorish Science Temple at Pembroke already know. They already got their African-American town set up. They already got their cube set up, built by Abraham and Ishmael, where the odd dimensions of the so-called cube, right? This is what the holy mountain figure is supposedly contained in the odd dimensions. You let me know what this means. It seems like a puzzle. But they were walking around this 350-mile long triangle like they were doing their Mecca Hajj, because they know that they were in the Holy Land, boss. And they're migrating at the same damn time. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm just saying this is why you're seeing this. But they're going to make an excuse that it was just an amusement park, right? Let's go. 1886, right? 1880, 1897, on the golden anniversary of the Mormons' arrival in the Great Salt Lake Valley. 1897 is during the period of Ishmael's migration, where Ishmael's doing their holy Hajjs, around their holy temple. Right after the Chickamauga Wars, where X marks the spot in the Battle of Tippecanoe, where Tecumseh's brother, the prophet, was slain, man, right here. And right at the point where he was slain, they're going to make a boundary and set up their Mecca and their Muhammad's, man.
And right there. I'll be back, y'all. arise here. Braca.